Hey everyone, welcome to my EVE Online beginners tutorial. I haven't played this in a few months, been busy, so I'm going back through the tutorials and thought I'd make a video and share it with everybody else so they could see what the beginning tutorial was. So this is the add character screen. You can see one of my older characters there. So we'll get started. And these are all the different empires or races to be. This is the Gallant, and these are the ships. These are their tech. They go blasters and drones. I like the drones. And their armor tanks. It's kind of what they look like. And their enemies, Caldari and the pirates. The pirates are the NPCs typically. This is the Amarr Empire and their ships. Let's see here. These are some of the good ones. Energy weapons, they use energy weapons, and then their armor tanks as well. That's kind of what they look like, their enemies. Then there's the Minmatar. These have my favorite ship. My favorite ship is the Rifter, but I don't see it on there. They are projectile weapons and shield tanks. So when you get equipment, you'd want to use heavy shield equipment. And then this is the Caldari. They got some good ships, a lot of exploration ships. They use hybrid weapons and shield tanks also, as well as missiles. So that's all four of them, but I'm gonna go with Gallant because I like most of their ships, and so we'll start with that. There's three different types. You got the Intaki, the Jinmei, and then the regular Gallants. And then I just went with the regular one here. Wait for it to load. And then this is the character creation. I just sped this up so you guys didn't have to wait for me to do all this, but I'm not going to really explain it. You can do all sorts of great things. Change their eyes, hair, shape of their face, shape of their body, and clothes and everything else. And if you look down at the bottom there, it keeps a history of everything so that if you don't like what you're doing, you can go back one or two or more. Just speed through this, and then you guys can do it on your own and take as long as you like. If you don't want to go through all the stuff, you can skip to about 4:26, 4:30 in the video, and that's about when I'm finished. It did take a bit longer than I meant to. Here you get to choose your name. You can randomize it, or they give you quite a few names, but I'll just go with my usual Rockstar and a clone. Why not? And then tutorial, yes, If you haven't played, I always recommend doing the tutorial. You get some, money, you get some ships and others and equipment, and then you learn how to play the game. So it's really handy to do.
Captain, wake up. It's me, Aura, your AI companion. I must insist you wake up right this instant.
And this is the starter ship. It's a Corvette class. It's what is it called? I can't remember. The Veldspar or something? No, that's iron ore.
Now that you're conscious, I must inform you that I have both good and bad news.
Oh, it's a Velotor. Velotor class? So that's what that is. Each one has a different one, and every time you die you get a new one, so don't worry if you're about dying and losing it, because you get a new one every time you die. Just speed through the beginnings of these tutorials where I swing around and what have you.
You must ensure they are in work. Almost there. Just a bit more data.
These are mostly things I remember doing, so I'm not too worried about it.
Now, your engines are clearly running, but you should still test your maneuvering thrusters. If your ship explodes...
And you don't have to worry about this aura or whatever popping up as you go on. She's only here for the tutorial, and then you have to do something for her to pop up later on.
Info panel online. I will update it with your current objectives. I'm receiving a distress signal from a nearby ship.
And then there's the warp location.
You're not the only one to fall afoul of that unidentified hostile.
I don't remember if it did that when I first started playing or not, because that was like almost 20 years ago, so I forget when it first came out.
Stay sharp, Captain. I am not certain what we will encounter when we arrive.
Another good thing about this is that this is the free account, which is good for beginners. You don't have to, if you do the subscription, it's $15 a month, but you have to, and you do get, your skills do go faster, but, I save money, I guess, and figure out if you actually like it or not before doing that if you want. So, and then you can see right there all these little blips that identify different things, wreckage and other ships, and you'll see swing it around. Oh, where am I?
To get here in time.
Okay.
Target the wreck, and I will scan for survivors. My scanners are not detecting much.
You can right-click it.
We need to get closer.
You could just click on it, and it would bring up something else, different thing.
There do not appear to be any survivors.
Like I said, the tutorial goes through and teaches you all the different things and different ways to get from point A to point B, or to attack and what have you. So
my background processes have reactivated your ship's overview, so you can see what ships and structures exist.
Yeah, that's the overview. You see the red right there popped up? That's an enemy ship. And so you can click it on there.
A Circadian Seeker.
Wait for it there. There we go.
Lock your target and prepare to fight.
See? And then
target locked. I have restored access to your ship interface, so you can fire your weapons.
There she goes. Brought up my weapons and everything else there.
Fire at will, Captain.
And that's the Gatling gun.
Your weapon engaged
and my
target is destroyed.
The warp drive, which makes you go faster. I accidentally because I locked onto the wreckage, I was shooting the wreckage, which it's not going to do anything, but the tutorial enemies are really easy. Some of them will shoot you, but they don't do any damage, which gives you a false sense of security when you actually go out into asteroid fields in space and what have you, and you get rocked.
You do remember who the drifters are, don't you? They are one of the few things all the empires of New Eden agree on. They are... Now, let's head home before we encounter any further trouble. We'll be safe once we're docked at a station.
All right. There's that.
Warp drive active. Warping commenced. We will dock upon arrival. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. During our warp, I successfully
Alright, we're docked.
your Neo
This is the space station.
No need to thank me. I am
It's
far more capable
where you
of
hold all your
multitasking
crap
than
and
the
your
average
ships. The biggest problem I found is that I tend to have a lot of ships and have a lot of stuff and forget where I leave it. And so since there's multiple, it's
Speaking of the Neocom, you can
Space
use
is
it
pretty
to
vast,
contact
so
Concord. As
yeah,
you
there's a
know,
lot of stations and a lot of
partial
places to
enforcement agency,
lose stuff.
Securing peace in the... As I predicted, Concord is concerned about the Drifter menace. They have another task for us to handle. Most importantly...
But there is a
Before we
tracker on
might
the
want
side
to
here.
examine the station services
Forget which one.
interface,
I'll get
to
there.
which I have just restored access. From there, you will be able to utilize... Prepare yourself, Captain. You are safe now, but once you undock, I believe the correct colloquialism is, all bets are off.
And this is the ship array. And then you got some market, some more stuff. Undock and head back out into space. Do this agency mission. The beginning agency missions are pretty easy. Actually, most of the first level energy or agency missions are pretty easy in general. I highly recommend doing all of the agency missions before you do a whole heck of a lot else, because they teach you more in-depth aspects of the game, and you get more familiar with your ship, building your ship, and then combat and different industrial things you can do, because you can make things, you can mine things, all sorts of different ways to make money. It also teaches you how to use the marketplace to buy and sell stuff and what have you. So definitely recommend doing all the agency missions. And you can see from our overview over there, there's an enemy ship
Concord was
already.
right. The drifters have struck again. And look,
Lock
there
on
they are
target.
right now.
Do.
Fire when ready.
There he is. What do you want us to do? Fire. All right. Yeah, as she says, there's shortcuts for the different modules on your ship. You'll learn that as you go, and then you can drag and drops and like do multiple weapons fire at with the same shortcut. That's handy as well.
Seeker has been reduced to scrap. Let's see if we can find anything valuable in the wreckage.
Oh, I forgot to loot the previous one, so
I would
you definitely want to loot
scrap.
stuff because that's just cheap free
Not bad,
ISK.
Captain. However, let's report back to Concord and collect your reward.
ISK is the money you use in the game, so yeah, every little bit helps until, especially when you're beginning. Afterwards, you just, if you do really well, you can just be rolling in it. So go on to the next one.
You might want to check your wallet to confirm Concord has compensated you for your hard work.
So that's your wallet.
You can use your
See
wallet to check
different
your
transactions and what have you.
transaction history. That's enough gazing at your money, Captain. I am receiving a transmission from Concord. They have need of your talents yet again. Concord believes those seekers may have been transmitting data to a specific location. We should warp there immediately. Warp drive active.
Like any MMO, a lot of the time is spent traveling from point A to point B. There we go. We got 2 enemy sentry towers. These ones are enemies that don't move. They just typically sit in one spot and shoot at you.
Data to those sentry towers. Be warned, they're armed.
Based on your skills,
We need to
you
take
can,
them
I
offline,
think, target up
but
to
even the nearest
6
tower is
total
still
if
too
you get
far
your
away.
targeting all the way up.
Lest you forget, the key to accuracy is flying within your weapon's optimal range. When you are ready to engage the enemy, lock your target and fire.
Like I said, I've been playing, so I kind of remember everything and just wanted a refresher. So I'm kind of starting ahead. As you can see, I didn't take too much damage from that, but outside of the tutorial, you know, hit like that will probably just take half of your shields. And you look down there, you got 3 different layers. You got the shields, the armor, and then the structure. So shields goes, shields will go down slowly, and then armor will go down a little bit faster than shields, and then your structure just goes really quick once they get to that. So gotta be careful. Make sure you manage your stuff. Oh, use my warp drive here to get closer to the other one quicker. You can click it, turn it on and off. And turn it off and then start firing. And once you're in range, and I use the orbit option, so that way I'm always within range and don't have to worry about getting too close or too far. It's really the best way to do it.
Well done, Captain. You may yet prove a
Alright,
worthy captain
next.
here. Since you're safe for the moment, you should consider improving your combat skills. I have taken the initiative to provide you with a convenient list of your abilities, both current and aspirational. The more skills you train, the better your chances of survival.
And this here
Death can be
is
such an
the
inconvenience, don't you agree? Might I suggest training?
and this is all your skills, different trees or whatever you want to call them. I forget what, I'm sure they have a thing, but you start out with the bare minimum, and then
skill training is complete.
Here, I'll pull up the website. There is from wikiuniversity.org. It's the Magic 14. These are the 14 skills that apply to every ship or pilot from beginning to end. They're the core skills that you really want to train up all the way to max as best you can, or as fast as you can. That's not to say that you have to do all of them right away. You got CPU management, which alpha clones are the free to play players. They can go all the way to 5. Power grid management can go to 5. Capacitor management can go to 4. Capacitor system operators 3. I'll include a link down below in the description so you guys can go to this site and just read about all the skills and all the Magic 14, so that you know what they are, what they do, and how they affect you. So. Then back here, you can see I got the Space Command, which is important. Frigate and mining. I know on my other character I actually went and got the ships for all sorts of different different races, because you can train. Your race doesn't matter. You can go train on other races' ships and use their ships. So, but I think with this character, I'm just going to focus on the Gallant stuff, so that way I don't waste skill points, because he's free to play and you're limited to 5 million skill points unless you use injectors, which are other things that you'll learn about later on. Alpha injectors, they give you extra skill points above the 5k. Yeah, let's go through all these. You can see it. Drones is another one that's important for Gallants, or if you plan on using drones. I love drones. I usually get them all the way up as fast as possible as well. That way you can just shoot them out from your ship and send them out to do the fighting, and you avoid damaging your ship and what have you, typically. Anyways, let's see here. Change that. All right, and let Space Command back on there. Yeah. All right, that gives me 2 days, 7 hours. That seems good. All right, so 2 days, 7 hours is how long it's going to take to train all those to the next level. That's one good thing about this game as well, is you don't have to be playing to take advantage of leveling up stuff. You just set it and it's on a real-time timer. So I could not come back for a couple days and it'll be, at the next, everything will be skilled up. Not a big problem. That is one thing though, if you go do that, you got to, and you want to take the best advantage of it, you want to get there quicker, you got to pay attention to when your skills are finished, so you can log back in and load a bunch more on there and take advantage of all the time. Let's see, on to the next. Warping.
The source of the interference is nearby. It may be aboard this seeker. There's only one way to find out. Eliminate it.
Scoot on up to you and fire. Once you get a bigger ship, a better ship, I think it actually will get some extra stuff here shortly, but you get a couple, you get 4 or 5 weapons on there, and you're just constantly blasting. And then if you got the drones out there as well, go get the wreckage. Like I said, these guys don't hit very hard, so hit the little box, loot all, And then go back over to that guy and take care of him. But yeah, they're not doing much damage, so I'm not overly concerned. Even though it's certainly rocking you. That's one cool thing about the combat graphics is you get hit and it kind of shakes you and everything else. It's cool. Like if you were in a ship getting blasted. I assume that's what it'd be like. And this is a pretty great game. I mean, it's open world, it's massive. You can log in and out as you please. There's, aside from the agency missions, there's no, it's not mission or quest based like World of Warcraft or anything like that. So you can do what you want when you want and go where you want. You want to be a pirate, you can go be a pirate and kill other people. You want to be a miner, you can mine stuff. You want to be someone who builds stuff, you can build stuff. And then you can join corporations and go on with them and do stuff with them. Yeah, see, there's the chat for the beginners core and the local. There's a ton of people there.
That you're excelling at doing their job for them.
But depending on where you are, sometimes you go out in the middle of nowhere and there's nobody out there. But just because nobody's in the local doesn't mean that there's nobody there. They could just be cloaked or what have you. Next thing you know, you've got somebody on top of you killing you.
Reports indicate they are planning to abscond with the data they've collected. We should catch them before they can flee. Warp drive active.
Ooh, there's another bad guy.
The Seeker is attempting to flee through a spatial rift. I hope
that's another thing. If you left click, you can just kind of like grab a hold of them and do that. Orbit. Now, just target it. And off we go. 1918. Alright, let's get faster. Oh, it's that approach. Alright. Yeah, I'm nowhere within range, so I don't think I'll go back to do damage, but this one doesn't have any ammo. Once you get out of the beginner stuff, the weapons take ammo. Definitely want to watch that because you'll have to reload your cannons or lasers or whatever you got. Actually, don't think the lasers use capacity or energy, so that's another thing you'll have if you go with the AMR and their laser attack. You'll have to be careful of that.
At least you should by now. Orbit, lock, and fire.
There he goes.
Well done. Your corporeal form will live to fight another day. You should dock at a station. It's time to upgrade your ship. Warp drive active. Warping commenced. We will dock upon arrival.
Yay, docking. Alright. Back here. multiple space stations.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. I'm pleasantly surprised that you survived that skirmish. Let us report back to Concord.
More money. Almost done. Let's see here, we got 1, 2, 3 more. All right. Let's see here. Oh.
Let's take a look at your ship's
There
fittings.
we are. Ship
to see what we
fittings.
can improve.
There's 2 different ways. You can go over here or over above
You've
the
received
ships over
more
there on
turrets,
the right.
but you will have to free up slots to equip these new weapons. Remove your old turrets before trying to fit the new ones.
Unfit that.
You do know where your new weapons are located, don't you?
Item hanger. See the little red 2 shows you got 2 new things in there. Little red dot next to it. And that's, you got a ship hanger, you got your ship cargo, your drone bay. The ship hanger is where all your ships are kept, kind of like a garage.
Might not be as gentle as those seekers.
And then your item hanger is, of course, where all your new stuff goes. Your regular stuff. You can dump it in there, or you can organize it. There's different containers you can buy that you can put stuff into them. And drag and drop to load ammo into them. Always remember you gotta load ammo into your weapons. And then load it onto your ship, so that way you have it with you.
You'll need it later, assuming you live long
Alright, there you go. You can't put it in your drone bay, so you won't have to worry about that. It won't let you drop it there.
Let's move along, shall we?
Alright, a little bit more, and off we go. Ooh, 100,000. That might buy a ship, I forget.
Concord's intelligence reports that the Seekers are congregating nearby.
Maybe it
This
depends
may
on the
be our
ship.
chance to put a
Clearly
stop to
depends
this
on
once and for all.
I forget, like I said. So let's see where we're going.
Let us initiate warp sequence. Warp drive active.
And off we go.
Use this opportunity to test out both of your new weapons.
Like I said,
In the meantime,
unless
I will
you're
work on bringing your remaining
once you're done with the
systems back
tour, you can
online.
do what you want, go where you want. But a lot of your time is spent traveling from point A to point B, and you get the world map going. Something can take you, 20, 30 jumps to get from, point A to point B, or you don't want to do.
I do believe an
You can do it
exercise of this
on
nature
autopilot,
is
but if you do
trial
that, you
by
run the
fire.
risk of getting killed
How do
by
you like the
pirates
arcade?
or other players that are PvP. So, let's get going. Oop. There we go. Boom. New weapons, make quick work of everything. Switch there, look at that. Ooh, explosions. Yeah. Tutorial enemies still not doing any damage.
The Seekers are coming in hot. Hold steady, Captain. There are more enemies en route.
Lock on these guys. Orbiting and where'd they go? There we are. Within range. Can't remember. And blast them. 1. Two and 3. There's some more.
Trust in your training, and you just
get
might
my
live
loot.
to see tomorrow.
Darn it. You have to be within 2.5 or 2,500 meters. Yeah, typically you want to wait until after you've killed everybody to get all the loot, until you get a little bit better and you can manage it, but I forgot what I was doing. As you can see, I took a little bit of damage there, but you know,
They seem
that's
to have grown rather attached to you.
honestly not much at all.
What a peculiar notion.
Where are you at?
I am
There.
also pleased to report that your remaining systems are
those
back
guys.
online. Now, shall we check what rewards you have earned for your bravery?
I can reload my weapons, so that way they don't get screwed up. It doesn't matter now, but I mean, later on when you're floating around in dangerous sectors and stuff, or in wormholes, you know, you want to definitely have everything 100% just in case. Alright, there's everything, and you can stack these all into one thing so that they don't take up too much room. Let's see here. Claim my reward. And here. Activate that. Oh, gotta leave my current system. Okay. Well,
It's time for you to spread your wings, Captain.
yeah, I don't think
There
we're
are
gonna do
many
that.
profitable career
I
paths
forgot
available
that
in
I
Unity.
had I
To
put my
help you
stuff
get
that
started, you should visit one of the career agents.
I left my stuff at the space station, so
Warp drive active.
I want to go get that, sell it, and then we'll carry on. I think this is Profile pass. Get started. Okay.
Docking permission requested.
Docking takes too long. Come on.
Docking request accepted.
And then you have to drag something to the item hanger to sell it. Right click and just sell. You can set it up to sell in a week if you want to change the price, or just change it to immediate. And there's different things there you can set. Immediate, just to get rid of it. It's just junk. It's not going to make any money really. Yes. And does it work? What's going on? Oh, there it goes. Never mind. It's just slow. And we'll just take this with us. Don't need it, but might as well. And there we are. Doesn't take up much space anyways. And off we go on See, I got. Oh, and you have to pay tax. That's the thing about it. For some reason, you have to pay tax. All right, off we go to the career agents.
The distance to the agent is too far for the warp drive on your ship. We will have to use stargates to jump between solar systems.
Click that. This is what I was talking about. When you want to jump, you want to hit the jump and not to warp within. Also, if you're like mining and you want to make sure that you are not going to get jumped by somebody, you would hit the line 2 when you get to where you're going, and then if something were to jump in there, you are already lined up and you can just hit the jump button and off you go. You wouldn't have to worry about your ship having to move to a line to warp out. And over here, you see that the route is 3 jumps. So this is first one, and then we get this system. Goes down to 2. The empty block. Is it the empty block? The one we're in?
Until you reach
No,
your destination.
the colored block is the one we're in. The empty block is the one where we're headed.
Warp drive active.
All the little blue dots, those are Concord, which is basically like city guards. They're only in high sector areas.
Nearly there.
Sorry, I had to do something else. Off we go.
Warp drive
Last one.
active.
Then dock, I assume. Over in your overview, you see all sorts of mobile depots and stuff like that. Those are player place things that are they use them to advertise their corps or do other random stuff. I usually just ignore them. Nothing to do with me.
Warp drive active. Warping commenced. We will dock upon arrival.
74 in this location, so it's pretty busy.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I think the green highlighted ones are the ones that are in the same corp as me. Forget.
Now that we have arrived, I suggest you contact the career agents.
In the overview, I mean. Let's see here. Agency, and we'll finish.
It would be prudent to review what career paths each agent offers before you approach them.
Yeah, you can move the windows. I forgot. Yeah.
You can access this information in the appropriate section of the
Career
agency.
agents.
Bear in mind that you can explore multiple paths before... I am pleased that you are not as helpless as you look. Take no
These are the
offense.
ones I was mentioning at the beginning.
carbon-based life
These
forms
are
appear
all the
helpless to me.
different career
As you have
agents
proven
that you
capable
want
of
to
fending
do.
for yourself,
I would
I
really
will now enter
advise
the
doing
standard
all of them.
operations mode.
You learn different
Godspeed,
parts of the game, and you also get a lot of good rewards. The military and mining definitely give you. I think they give you ships. You get the Venture, which is the best free to play. What do you call it? Mining ship. And then military gives you different weapons, weapon modules and stuff like that, and different ships to fight with. So I usually end with exploration because that's fun to do. It's you just flying around. Let's see here. And go mine. And not yet. You get the little miner, the mining laser there, and you get all sorts of money. All right. Yeah, I usually start with this because mining's easily the easiest way. Mining is the easiest way to earn a quick couple of bucks. As far as not being in combat a whole heck of a lot. You don't have to worry about losing a whole heck of a lot. You just put on a mining laser and off you go. And I think that's where I'm going to stop for today. And then I'll just load everything up here and get everything ready. And I'll just go through the agency stuff maybe next time and upload that too, so that people can check that out. There's all sorts of different things here you can do. Like I said, it's a pretty open-ended game. You can do what you want or not do what you want. I tend to just mine or fly around and do agency missions or different things like that, and that's about it. Check out my queue here. Make sure I'm happy with it before I log off. It doesn't really matter, like I said, it's just a basic character. Awesome. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll be loading some more videos, I guess, if enough people want me to. Alright, thanks. Catch you later.